Hello, everybody, and my name is Brian Barlow. Welcome to this second episode of the vlog. The title of this vlog is going to be To the Men Who Don't Fit In. Now, this is based off of the Dry Creek Wrangler School's video, The Men That Don't Fit In. Now, I didn't watch the whole video. I stopped right before the poem started because I want to be able to talk about the subject without influence. Just my own thoughts, my own feelings. I have never fit in. That's just the way I am. I have autism, I have ADHD, I have an anxiety disorder, and I have a depression disorder. Classic quadfecta of problems. These disorders make me different and make life complicated, and it can be difficult if I don't manage them properly. That's not all. I am also a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a minority of religion in almost every part of the world. I am also a fan of anime, another minority. I'm also a huge professional wrestling fan, and I will be starting my pro wrestling training next week. Another minority. A lot of the times, even in all of these different areas, I don't fit in. For example, in church, I watch anime. I was a huge heavy metal fan for the majority of my life, and I'm a pro wrestling fan. Most members of the church aren't a fan of any of those forms of entertainment. In professional wrestling, I am a devout Christian. Being an actively practicing member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints means you are a Christian. A devout Christian. I believe in God the Father, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe that the Holy Ghost exists. I believe in the Trinity. That's my belief. Those things make me stand out in the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm a weird person by nature, not just because of my disorders, not just because of some of these things that I am engaged in or am a fan of, but also, personally, I'm weird. I have a different way of looking at things and a different way of interpreting things, a different way of processing information. When it comes to pro wrestling, my religious beliefs and my standards make me stand out and not fit in. But even then, I still have more acceptance in pro wrestling than I do in almost any other area of my life outside of my family, except for my family and church. Well, now church. The point I'm making is I have experience with not fitting in. And I didn't want to watch the rest of that video from the, what's it called? Dry Creek Wrangler School, because I wanted to give my own opinions, my own point of view, without outside influence. Not fitting in sucks. Period. But that doesn't mean it's bad in and of itself. It does suck to not fit in because you want that sense of community, because as a human being, you need that sense of community because it's part of social health. There are 5 things of health: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and social. Social is very important, especially in today's modern age. That's one of the reasons I like pro wrestling, because I have that sense of community. Another reason I like church is because I also have that sense of community. And more important than both of those, I have my family now, which is another community. And I also have my friends, which is another community in and of itself. So I am getting better in spite of my weirdness, in spite of my quirks, my eccentricities, in spite of me being an outlier and not fitting in. I still am accepted in specific communities. You see, even if you don't fit in, you can still be accepted by the people who truly care about you. It just has to be a very small group. But if you're truly accepted, then not fitting in will be less impactful on you. If you're truly accepted, not fitting in will not be as damaging to you. Now, if you don't have acceptance from anyone and you don't fit in, then life's going to be very tough for you. And I encourage you to find a community where you can fit in. I mean, not fit in, where you can be accepted. Now, I can't suggest what community that will be for you because I don't know you personally. For me, I chose heavy metal at first because I felt like there were a lot of people who struggle with mental health, like I did. And I still do struggle with it. I'm just better at managing it now than I have in the past. And also, I like the music. So I wanted to associate with people who like the same music as me. On top of that, I also like pro wrestling. So I wanted to associate with people who did pro wrestling. And more than just associating with them, I wanted to be a part of the process of creating pro wrestling shows. That's part of my uniqueness. I don't just want to watch and enjoy, I want to be a part of the process. Now, I can't do that with the majority of the things I like, but I can do that with pro wrestling. Because believe it or not, there is a pro wrestling community in Utah, as well as pro wrestlers and promoters. And I know all of them because I've been able to work with all of them over the past 3 years, something like that. And I've felt this sense of acceptance. Pro wrestling is the first place where I truly felt accepted, in spite of my personally what I consider my shortcomings, my faults, my weaknesses. And because of that, I learned that I can be accepted. And then I decided to apply that and work on that with something more important, which is my family, being accepted by my family. So pro wrestling helped me be accepted by my family, or learn that I can be accepted, and for me to allow it. That's another important thing. Allow yourself to be accepted. Sometimes you have to persuade people to accept you. Other times you just need to allow it. Don't put up your walls. Or if you have walls, build a gate and open it. And allow acceptance to come in. So I've got little else I want to say on the topic. I need to go back and take care of my son, upload this video, upload the audio to my podcast, the Brian Barlow podcast. And hey, if you want to watch it or listen to this, feel free. If not, don't worry. I got a lot of value out of talking about this stuff. And for those who are watching this or listening to this, I want to thank you so much for your time and for your effort and for your patience. Thank you so much for validating my work. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.